The Chinese Room, an argument against functionalism. The purpose of this paper is to show that the Chinese Room argument is more logical than functionalism. The main problem with the functionalist philosophy is if accepted by society, people will believe in the idea that you can program something to be a mind when really a mind is grown wild like a flower, not programmed. The truth is you can program something to imitate intelligence, but no matter how great the mimic, you will never really reach the point of creating a mind. Functionalism is a theory that states that it's not certain neurons that activate, it's patterns of neurons that create physical sensations that we interpret as a mental event. A functionalist believes that it doesn't matter what the brain is made of. The theory is the brain should still work because the connections in the brain are still functional, hence the term functionalism. As a subset of physicalism introduced by Paul Churchland, functionalism was trumped by one popular argument called the Chinese Room argument, brought forward by John R. Searle in 1980. It was an attack on strong AI and functionalism. Strong AI is an idea that states if you program anything properly then it is a mind. Weak AI is the more accepted idea of mimicking the way intelligent beings act, that is robots, computers, etc. Searle's main point: it's not the structure of the brain alone that makes a mind, it's a much more mysterious answer which has yet to be answered. More specifically, the Chinese Room thought experiment, which helps to shed more light on the subject and is explained nicely on www.psych.utoronto.ca, goes like this. Suppose you are in a closed room which has 2 slots. From the slot 1 somebody gives you Chinese characters which you don't recognize as words, i.e. you don't know what these small characters mean. You also have a huge rule book which you used to construct other Chinese characters from those that were given to you. And finally you split these new characters out of the slot 2. In short, 1. Chinese characters comes in. 2. You use the rule book and construct more Chinese characters, and 3. You put those new characters out. Ruiz 1. In its essence, this is just like a computer program which has an input. It computes something and finally splits an output. Suppose further that the rule book is such that people outside this room can discuss with you in Chinese. For example, they send you a question, how are you, and you, following the rule book, would give a meaningful answer. So far, the computer program simulates human being which understands Chinese. Brings toward part 8. What John Searle wanted to prove with this thought experiment was that the Turing test was insufficient to determine whether something is intelligent or not. Alan Turing was a computer scientist who died in 1954. According to Wikipedia, the Turing test went like this. A human judge engages in a natural language conversation with a human and a machine designed to generate performance indistinguishable from that of a human being. All participants are separated from one another. If the judge cannot reliably tell the machine from the human, the machine is said to have passed the test. Turing Part 1. What Mr. Searle's Chinese Room is implying is the computer doesn't have to understand the subject of its programming, just the programming itself. In other words, I don't have to understand Chinese in order to carry on a Chinese conversation with the proper programming. Very true. But this is a virtual conversation in Chinese, not a genuine one. So any simulated intelligence is not the real thing, although it could get to the point where the machine could fool the best and brightest of humans. Thank you for watching, and please, like and subscribe.